Hey coach, so if you were watching this video right now, you want to learn a little bit more about ManyChat automation in your business. And this video is going to be pretty much a start to finish on exactly what you need to do. There's even three plug and play automations that you will get the links to, and you'll be able to set up pretty much straight away. So it should be really quick. Now, I'm going to go over the why, the how, pretty much everything inside there, but the actual setup, once you go to do it, it will only take you a few minutes and you will have these automations fully set up and running inside your business. So let's have a look at everything that we'll be covering today and what exactly the objective of this is. So after you've watched this video, I want you to know how to set up three systems using ManyChat in your business. The first one is the offer document system. I want you to know how to set this up because this is going to be for moving the pipeline of your business for the people who are more ready to buy. Then there's two other ones which are for the people who are soon buyers where we want to nurture them. The first is a lead magnet delivery system, and then we have the long form content ecosystem. So we'll be using those two to help nurture these prospects until they become ready to buy prospects, and then they go into the offer document system. So we have three automations that we will be building. And if you want these, if to get the exact template, I'll give them to you as well. But with each of these, I'll go through the what's involved in each of them, like how exactly it works, why it even matters, and then I'll give you the direct link. So once you click on that link, you'll literally be able to transfer it straight over into your ManyChat accounts. Now, you will need the paid ManyChat account for this. But if you don't have it already, you should go set it up. It's really, really useful. Now, if you want these templates, drop me a message on Instagram with the word ManyChat, and then I'll get ManyChat to go send you over the link, and it will just send you a link to this Gamma document where you'll see here we have the links inside here to the actual automation. So you click on that, it's the share link, you'll be able to copy it over to your profile and you'll get the automation that will be done basically like that. But this video is going to talk you through how to set these up, why we're setting them up, and every step of the way what you need to do. So let's get into it. So why is ManyChat even a thing? Like, why do you even need to bother learning how to use this? Well, the first thing is it's going to save you time. The second thing is like it allows you to like post and ghost where you will put it up to say, hey, I have this resource if you want to drop me a message or comment or like the story or do whatever. And then you're not having to go manually do that kind of stuff. It will deliver the value faster and you can deliver more value because as soon as they decide they want the thing, we can deliver it to them and then we can take them through different flows. So instead of us sitting down having that conversation, it can be happening at the time that they want it to happen where they can get the value. Then we can also gather more data. So instead of just being like, hey, here's a link to the resource and send them the link, we can actually gather other information about them and then send that to other places as well, which I'll go into more later on. But we can also move the pipeline well, you're not necessarily in the DMs. And this is like probably the biggest one for me is the offer document one, where people generally, when they decide to work with me, they'll send me a message with my keyword for the offer document. They'll then see what's involved inside there. In that offer document, they go to the application, then they go to the application to booking a call if they're qualified for booking a call, and it moves the pipeline without me actually having to do anything inside there. So I want that for you as well. So let's get into it. The first one is going to be the ManyChat offer document flow. So what exactly is this? Well, what we want is we want a keyword that when triggered, it will send them our offer document. This is just information about the coaching program or how it works to work with you. We just need to be able to give them the information about you and then the appropriate next steps if that's what they want to do. So if you message me with the word offer, it will send you the offer documents, and then from there you'll read the offer documents, you'll see the testimonials, the social proof, how it works, and then from there at the bottom, if appropriate, it will tell you, hey, here's application form, apply, and then if you're qualified, it will offer you a call and it will take you through the next steps. But all this happens because someone sent the message and then they receive the information, they can take the next step. So most coaches, unfortunately, they rely on the like DMs or the I'll send that over to you later, and then they forget. This system kind of fixes that, so you'll never forget to actually send the offer document to somebody. We'll automatically collect their email address when we do as well, and then it keeps the pipeline moving along while you're not actually in your DMs. And then if you wanted to go even further, which I normally do with my clients, is we would have them added into your lead tracker. So this means that we can see who requested an offer document, who never applied so that we can follow up with them, who's stuck in your pipeline where they might have applied and then not moved any further, and then who do we actually have to follow up with manually. So like it's a micro automation where it's just an extra step added in, but like there's massive revenue potential if you set that up properly. Now let's not go too much into that. So here's how the offer doc system actually works. So the first thing is a trigger. Inside there, we have a trigger. For me, I use like offer or info. You could use, offer info 5, work with you, whatever it needs to be. It's just a simple trigger word that you can put in your contents or direct people to do that on your stories. That then is going to trigger the next step, which is going to be email collection. So you'll say, hey, cool, what's the best email address? I can send it over there as well. It will then ask them for their email address, and then it will collect that and add that to their contact. Then as soon as they give you the email address, it will say, perfect, I'll have that sent over to your email shortly. Here's the direct link now so you can check it out. And then you will give them the direct link to that offer document then inside there. And that's it. It's that simple to set up. Now, you don't have to use the email, but I would capture the email if we have the ability to. And I think if they're inquiring about how it works to work with you and they want to actually document all the details, I would be asking for their email in return for that. Then how do we actually set this up? So it's really easy to set up, especially when you have the template. If you haven't got it, go message me now on Instagram, or if depending on where you're watching this video, if it's inside school, it might be below. If it's on YouTube, message me on Instagram. But it's super simple. So the first thing is that the message is exactly. So when we are setting up this, I'm just going to pull it up here. So when we are setting this up, you click on the trigger, you'll see that we have message begins with or offer or info. We want to change this to message is. When we change it to message is, it's like, right, only those exact messages are going to trigger it. Because if you had something where it was like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of context here, but if you had it where it was starts with offer, they could send you a message that it could say offer something message not related to the offer document, and then it will automatically send them that, and we don't want it. So message is the one that we want to go with. Then after we do that, we just choose our keyword. So what is the keyword? Is it offer, info? Is it doc? Is it like um, inquiry? Like what exactly is it? I know some people use like really obscure words, so it doesn't actually happen too easily. Like you could say anything for your keywords. And this is not case sensitive, so it does not matter like if they say like hello or hello, it's going to be the exact same. Then once you have that done, you're on to the next step, which is to get them to reply their email, to save that onto the system, for them to be opted in, remove the skip button, and then add any typo correction. So what we can do is on the next step, it will say something like, hey, what's your email? Say and send it over there as well. And then you'll see contact email. We have these options here once you click on it. So save, yes. Opt in, yes. And then forget this perform actions part for now. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But we can put in this part here. If they put in something that's not actually an email, where they might just say next, you can put that in there to be like, hey, that doesn't actually seem like an email. Can you check again for a typo? And then sometimes with automations, you'll have a skip button where they can skip that step. We want to remove that skip so that there's no skip on it. And then from there, after that's done, the next step is just like, right, well, after they've replied with the email, what do we do? So then we are just going to say something like, perfect, I'll send that to your email shortly, or whatever you want to use. This is just what I've got ChatGPT to write out. And then you basically just give them the direct link to the offer document. So here where it says the message, customize the message, here where it says offer document, click on that and then put in the link of your actual offer document inside there, then click done. Once you do that, it's set up. Now, if you would like their email address to be sent somewhere and their information to be sent somewhere, there's two ways that we can do this really easily. The first one is that you go set up a Zap on Zapier and you get the information to be sent. So it says trigger a Zap. So for me here, I have this one, add to Airtable, where it's going to trigger that Zap for me. Or what you can do is you can add another action where you add HTTP request. This one's a bit more advanced. You'll have to go put in a little bit of code here in the body to say to send this, and then we can put a webhook URL. If you know what webhooks are, you can do that. If you don't, absolutely do not worry about it. You do not need to know about it at this stage. Just make sure we are getting through here. But the main thing is when you gather the email, it's saving it to their contact. If you say you're going to send it over to them, their email as well, please do. Don't just say you'll send it and not actually send it. Yeah, that is it set up and ready to go. So that is how we set up the first one. It's super simple, super straightforward, but super effective. Like I use this all the time. This is how majority of my calls get booked and prospects become clients is through that automation there. Now, the next one for the people who aren't quite ready to buy, like we have to try to nurture them, and we have to make sure that like we do deliver enough value. And this is an automation that makes it super easy to do so. So a lot of the time, coaches will be like, "Hey, drop me a message with this word or comment this word." They send the resource, and then you never hear from the person again. And you might have done that first time that you decided to set up ManyChat, but we can do this a little bit better. So the new way is that they come to keyword or message us or whatever. We acquire their email. They then get the resource, but then after that, you can offer them information about your coaching service. You could add them into an email list for nurturing, and then they could get added and updated on your lead tracker if you wanted to take it that bit further as well. So let's explore this a little bit more. So first of all, why is this so good? You're going to build trust faster. You're able to directly market to them outside of the platform, which means that's more likely to actually get to them. And then because we can build trust faster and market outside there, we get more information about the prospect. So it builds the leads profile more. So if you're having their information sent to somewhere like your email marketing software or to like Airtable or something like that into a lead tracker, it's going to build the lead profile, and then we could actually tie that to automation. So I'll give you an example of this. Every time that somebody downloads any sort of a resource that I have or messages me or something like that, their information is then sent to the lead tracker. So I could see, let's say, Paul here has downloaded the guide on ManyChat. He has also opted in for the offer document, but he has never actually applied for the coaching. And then after that, he went and he downloaded another lead magnet. I can see the time and date of all those actions attached to his main profile. So then if I wanted to reach out to him again and be like, "Hey, dude, I seen, you downloaded this recently, but we didn't, progress any further. I also have this resource that would be really helpful for you. Do you want me to send that over?" And then you can make like, I don't want to say like targeted warm outreach, but more like personalized warm outreach, because I actually know who the person is and what they're actually interested in and what struggles they're having and like how I can actually help. And I can reach out to them and be a lot more proactive with that as well. So that's why this is so good. So let's dive into this now. How this actually works is there's 4 steps to this. I won't go too much into the actual like updating the lead tracker and stuff, because this is going to be very personalized depending on what way you set it up. But I'm just going to show you where we go to actually set up the ManyChat flow. Again, you'll get the templates, and I'll go into the whole sending stuff to Zapier so you can decide what happens on that information. So step 1, it goes to ManyChat. After that, it goes to Zapier where it receives information. Then on the Zapier side, you decide what happens, whether it updates their lead profile or whether it adds them into an email marketing flow, whichever way you want. So let's have a look. This is the way that the automation currently runs, where they would opt in, we'd ask for the email, just like the offer document, but then we have a few other steps that happen. So the first one is if they give you the email, it will then go, "Cool, I'll send that over. Here's the direct link to the thing," and then it will give them the tutorial or whatever the resource is that you're giving. After that happens, it would then send the information off to Zapier or off to wherever you're using. But there's one other action that can be done as well, which is if they don't reply, which will happen sometimes, people opt in and they will not reply. And then that's where we can go follow up with them then as well. So let's go have a look at this automation. I'll show you how to personalize it a little bit more and build it out. So this is the one that you have the link to. So first of all, what is the actual opt-in? So like if you have a resource, put in whatever keywords that is that you're going to be using. After that, then we have the first message, which again, we are asking for an email address, the usual details, save, turn on, and then from here, please use a correct email address or whatever. But then this part here where a contact has not responded, within 23 hours. So the way that ManyChat works is for it to be able to send automated messages, we have this 24-hour window of when they contact you, it starts a 24-hour window. After that 24 hours, it cannot send a message to them on behalf of you. So what we do is if they have not replied in 23 hours, then we will go get them or go get a message to be sent to them, which is something like, hey, dude, I'm just checking if you still want this resource or tutorial. If so, drop me your email address. And then when they drop you the email address, then they continue on as if they had given it to you in the first place. And then it works the same way, the message, the tutorial, or whatever it is, and then make sure that you have the link inside there. Now, that's the flow. If you wanted, you could put in another step after that where it's like, here's a tutorial. By the way, would you like to know anything about our coaching? We could put a next step inside there and we could find out yes, no, whatever. But what I want to talk about is just how to get stuff out of here and then into Zapier. So what we're going to do is we are going to send stuff to this webhook URL. So if you go into Zapier and you go set up a webhook, if you have no intention of doing this, don't worry, just skip this part. But you can set up a webhook in Zapier as the first step, and then it will give you a URL. And then you're going to do a HTTP request. You paste the URL inside here. And then for the body, you just want to type in this. So just exactly as it is here. And what this will do then is anytime that this is triggered, it will send all of this information over to Zapier. And then inside Zapier, we can take that and then we can say, hey, this is the person who triggered it. Go find them in our lead tracker, update the profile, or go add them into our active campaign and give them this nurture sequence if they're not in there already, or go put them into like what CRM we're using or a Trello board or whatever it is. But we're getting the information out of here onto Zapier, and then Zapier take it from there. It could be Airtable. You could use a webhook inside Airtable where it grabs it and then it runs the script to go update the profile. That's what I do with my clients. But yeah, that is exactly how we get it out of there. So if you want to screenshot this, and then yeah, just copy and paste that in. That's it, done. So that is the way that the lead magnets are done. And the key difference is normally they opt in, they get the lead magnet, that's it. Now opt in, we gather their email, and then from there we deliver the resource, and then we have their information send out a Zapier or send out to Zapier if we want to do that. Now, let's go look at the next part. I think this one is probably going to be really, really cool if you understand why we're doing some of the parts. So this is our ManyChat long form automation. So if you make any sort of long form content like you're watching right now, this is one that you can use really, really effectively. So what we're going to do is, let me scroll. We're going to get ManyChat to help us actually get more people onto the long form content. So firstly, why do we even really care about like the long form content? Well, we have the 7-11-4 rule, which is essentially some findings by Google to say that customers or consumers on average need about 7 hours of content consumption from you, about 11 interactions, and then 4 different locations or platforms for that to happen before they make a purchase. In simple terms, it takes a long time to get this prospect over to a customer. But the more long form content, the more stuff we have going out there, the faster we can actually speed that up. Because like imagine 7 hours of Instagram reels. That's a lot of fucking Instagram reels. But 7 hours of tutorials on YouTube where they're half an hour each, that's not quite as long. And then essentially it's just long form helps us speed up this process. So let's look at the flow. This is the automation for the long form content. It is super simple. And then what we want to do is in the long form content, like I'm doing right now, and you're watching this, is you will have sent me a message or you'll have gone somewhere to essentially take the next step. But we want to get them from Instagram onto our long form channel. But how we do it, there's a key step inside here that makes the difference. So we're doing the usual, the trigger with the message. We're then sending them a message, but we're giving them the link directly. We're not actually asking for the email. We're just giving them link directly because I think our long form content, if it has a lot of value inside there, we'll send them somewhere else where we'll gather their email address. And then from there, we just send them a message to say, hey, let me know if all is okay. But the main thing is that we give them a link. And the link that we're giving them is to our YouTube channel. But very importantly, we have to do it a specific way. So first of all, trigger. Make this something that is like that you wouldn't say in conversation. Mine is just YT. So if you message me on Instagram with YT, it will send you the link to YouTube. And then from there, like you could set up multiple triggers where it's like triple trigger for like replies to stories, comments, direct messages. Direct messages generally what most people will end up using and what I use myself. And then we're going to send them a link here. Now, the type of link that we send is very important. So we are going to make sure we send them a deep link. Now, what exactly is a deep link if you've never heard of one before? A deep link is a hyperlink that is a little bit different. It makes sure that it opens it on the actual app instead of the person's like browser. So let's say if I sent you a link to my YouTube here from two different links, without a hyperlink, with a hyperlink, can you notice anything wrong here just by looking at it? The thing that we should be looking for is on the left hand side here, you'll see it says you, but I'm not signed in. But here I'm signed in. So with the deep link, it opens it in the actual YouTube app. This is just in a browser from Instagram, so it will open it there. Now the problem is when it opens here, it's like, oh yeah, but they can subscribe. Well, click subscribe. This is what they'll be met with when they click subscribe. So you'll ask them to then go sign in. So they can't subscribe, they can't like your stuff. And I'm pretty sure that as they're not signed in, when they are watching content, you're not going to get recommended to them again because you're not actually signed in. So let's make sure that we use a deep link when we're sending them to there. Now, how the fuck do we create a deep link? This is how we do it. So I have a little instructions here. I kind of showing you how to do it on the GIF, but I'm going to walk you through. This is what we're going to use, urlgenius.com or app.url, uh, app.url genie.us. That is the way it is, but you'll be able to click on this inside the Gamma doc and go straight there. Now, when you do it, all we're trying to do is we're just setting up a free account, and then from there we're going to paste in the link. This could be to a specific video or it could just be to a broad like YouTube channel like the overview. But when you paste it in there, it's going to give you a different link, and that link is what you're going to copy and put into this ManyChat flow where you will put inside there. So I'll show you how it works now. We'll click inside here, we'll paste in a link. And then once we paste in a link, you'll say, right, let's go edit that. This you can type in whatever you want once it has not been taken before. So if you can, like try to type in something like, I suppose like related to your content. So like, I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3 because I know that hasn't been taken. Then you click compose link. And then what's going to happen is you'll be able to copy this link. So when I copy this link now and paste that into the ManyChat flow, if they click on that link, it's going to open it in the YouTube app instead of actually in just a browser inside their Instagram. So big difference in the way that's done, but like, massively important. And then that's it set. So all you're trying to do is just get them from Instagram into there where once they watch a video, they can actually subscribe from it. And that's it. It's set up and ready to go. Like it's a super simple one. Now, you're probably asking, why don't we use the Instagram follower automation? Because a lot of people seem to be banging on about that. I think that you should not use it unless there's like a few circumstances. So the first one the only times I would say use it is if you are a massive creator where you have a ridiculous amount of followers coming in where it would not be possible for you or a VA or a team to manually do that every day. That's pretty much the only case that I would do it for, because what's happening is right now most creators are automatically messaging every new follower, and here's the issue: the followers are coming in cold as soon as they follow your page and immediately being met with a message being like, hey, be my friend, I'll send you a resource. We don't really want that. You're going to flood your inbox then. You're going to have a really, really low reply rate, and then you're going to look like a bot. And then as people start to follow more accounts, they follow more than just you, they're going to get the same kind of messages all the time. So if anything, it gives you more of a chance to stand out by sending a personal manual message with intention. And then from there, you'll be able to add them into your lead tracker. Like I do this with my clients using our lead management board, where they will actually manually like contact them to say, hey, thanks for the follow or anything like that. And then they'll put them into the lead management board. So if they opt in for a lead magnet, an offer doc, the YouTube, it's going to find them on the lead tracker. They're already on there, and then it's going to move them through the pipeline. So you'll be able to see data, like how long it takes from them to go from a follower to a customer, everything like that as well. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you take these and you actually implement these tutorials. And again, if you want to get these free templates, literally just drop me a message with the word ManyChat on Instagram, just one word like that, ManyChat, and then I'll send you over this full Gamma doc, and then you'll be able to get the links directly to these inside here that you can copy straight over to your profile. So hopefully this helped. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Do not stress about it.